with y'all. Here's a lesson learned. When you buy a house, get it appraised. Not once, but twice. Don't know, Johnny. You don't know why I can't really partake in that. Like, I could give you my opinion, but it won't mean much because I merely have 2 sperm donors who never came around. So I've never had to be a mom to share. I've been able to be the most selfish of selfish moms and have my kids to myself all the time. I would hope that you picked a woman smart enough to pick a man that's good enough for your son. So I feel like at one point you trusted her enough to have her baby. You should trust her enough to pick her future next person. Or you could look at it this way. She picked you, and if you weren't a very good choice, that's probably where you're having insecurities. Not to be a butthead. You know what I'm saying? Generally, when you point a finger like this, there's 1 pointing at the person and 3 pointing back at you. Now, I'm not saying that's in all situations. Sometimes women make really poor choices, right? Like really poor choices. I'm not claiming perfection in women either, because trust you me, holy cheese and rice, right? So, I actually did dress up. Thank you very much. I just wasn't dyeing my hair black or wearing a wig because them things are itchy and hot. But we are Wednesday Addams, so happy Halloween. I did my best, okay? Good morning, good morning, good morning. Yeah, Zance, because I have to go actually work after this, right? So I can't really go into the real world, you know? And that's okay. You don't have to see it. They do. You're the only one that doesn't. So I hope you have the Halloween you deserve. Mwah. That being said, you guys ready to let Jay in the box? Thank you, Sinful. All right, Jay, here we go. I don't hear music. Thank you. You can put a skirt on. Y'all, I even have an all black skirt on. An all fringy.
Took a tumble, hit the ground. Learn to stand when no one's around. Life's a game of lost and found. Don't let the waves make you drown. Oh, love is cheap, but scars don't lie. Gotta fall to learn to fly. May your tears all run dry. Sun will shine after the sky. Oh, lessons learned and bridges burned. Life will twist and then you'll turn. Don't regret the times you yearned. Every page.
Sometimes always gotta be a butthead in the group who just doesn't know how to have a good time. And instead of focusing on making their life better, they try to put other people down. But like, once you hit your 40s, you need to learn to not care what other people think. Like sometimes I do, but not often.
Every page is where you learn.
There's more things in. Oops, hold on. There's more things. There's more things that I can worry about in the live stream than what the person is wearing. Why don't you get to know the person instead of criticizing? That's
Yeah,
all I have to say.
but Jay, you know the trolls just try to get that reaction, right? Like, okay, here, let's start off with this. Since I know we have one guest, we're gonna kind of talk for a few minutes longer now, Steve-O, if that's okay with you, unless you have to hurry up and get in and go, right? But I've been seeing it a lot lately. You know, people going into other people's streams, trying to be I don't know if some of them are trying to be funny. I don't know if this is what people do to them. I don't know if they're just that miserable in life that they have to tear other people down to make themselves feel better. But a troll is just not somebody who is happy. Okay? No, and I'm being damn serious. Like, stop and be serious with yourself and think. Okay? When was the last time, and I like to think most of the people that I know are good people, happy people, right? I'm a happy person. I don't have time in my day to go belittle someone else or to try to make someone feel less, right? Because I'm focused, I'm making me better. I'm going to be the best me today that I can be, because I sure as hell am going to be better than yesterday. Now, no, I do fall short some days, okay? Some days you just can't be better than yesterday because you was that good, or you're having a bad day, whatever the reason is, right? Nobody's perfect. But, okay, plus I'm in menopause. I don't know if any of you women out here or men have dealt with women at this phase of their life. We are an emotional tornado, hurricane, stuck on roller coaster, and we forgot to buckle in, okay? Like, it is, and the crazy thing is right now, we're sitting, right, guys? We're talking, we're hanging out, and like, in 5 minutes, someone can knock on my door, look at me funny, it's game over. Like, and then I gotta apologize to myself later because I don't like how I act. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy. I am a hot mess, Jess, right? But the thing is like, okay, do you remember as a teenager how you look back, right? And you couldn't, like, you would be all over the place, right? Because you couldn't figure out your emotions. Thank you for all the gifts, guys, right? Like, I can remember being a teenager and I didn't know what that was, right? I just remembered I was super happy, super angry, super sad, super all kinds of things all the time. And it became a lot, right? Like, I was a lot as a teenager, and so is my daughter. My daughter is my mini me, and I am in so much trouble. But so I'm now re-entering that phase. So at least in my 40s, I know that it's my emotions and my hormones and my body playing tricks on me. However, in the moment, y'all, that doesn't matter. I'm going to say what I got to say. It doesn't matter. Oh, my mouth is going to be what gets me in trouble. But anyways, guys, where were we going with this? Hurt people. So I'm going to say this. When you have someone come into your stream and they're negative to you, to someone else, or about something that you're doing, wearing, the best thing to do is give them no reaction, right? Don't react, and you can kick, you can block, right? Sometimes they do have other accounts, they keep coming back. The best thing you in your stream can do is give it absolutely zero attention, because that's what they want. They want to get you flustered. They want to make you feel upset. They want you to spiral so that they can look better, right? Because if they get you to spiral, all of their behavior can make sense in their crazy mind. Now to us, just like, be happy. Try harder, do better, put in more effort. You know, a good person will always focus on themselves and not on other people. Now, like, you know, I can't compare myself to other people either. I find a lot of people my age especially, right? Because I don't necessarily have what most y'all would call a adult career, but my non-adult career gets me through life as a single mom. No child support, no food stamps. Okay, so before you go telling your servers and your bartenders to get a real job, it's because of jobs like that single moms can survive. Remember that. Okay, so what are we doing when trolls come into our stream? We're going to kick them out. Are we going to give them all of our attention or none of our attention? Hell no. All right. So remember, trolls are hurt people. I'm not a big church-going person, but when I get somebody that comes across me, like I work with a couple of real nasty individuals, right? And I kind of just say a prayer for them real quick because I don't know what happened to them to make them that upset. I don't know if it was something that they grew up and was handed to them. I don't know if they did it to themselves, right? But I pray that they figure it out and that they can find peace within themselves so that they can learn to live a good life. Because once you find peace within yourself and once you learn to stop comparing yourself to other people and live within your means and just be happy with what you have, because believe me, you can have so much less. There are people with so much less. Oh, we do. We'll play that at 11 o'clock. If you guys come back at 11, remind me and I will play the song that I play for my trolls that I think I could turn to positive people in my stream. It's not worth the time on all of them. I try to turn them into happy people, right? Because there's no, like you said, life is too short to go around being negative. The more negativity that comes out of your mouth, the more negativity your life is going to have. The more positive you talk, the more positive things are going to happen in your life. And I know that sounds stupid. Believe me, the first time someone said, well, if you stop being so negative, and I was like, well, that's what's going to happen. They're like, you don't know what's going to happen. Tell yourself it's going to be okay. And I'm like, tell myself it's going to be okay. Whatever it is that I, was all in an uproar about. Well, the one day, I guess I just had enough. And I said, it's going to be a good day. And they actually looked at me funny, right? And they said, you're right. It's going to be a really good day. And you want to know what? I had a really good day. And so every day that I say it's going to be a good day, like when I walk into work and I look around, sometimes, guys, yes, I look around and I'm like, it's going to be one of those days. Sometimes in the restaurant, you just kind of know, right? But like when I walk in and I've just something happened and I've carried that into work and I'm already negative, my night's negative, right? I'm still learning to live in the moment. And when something bad happens, you take that moment, you process it, but then you have to shelf it because it ain't nobody else's problem. And like in my situations, right? Let's say table 4 was just awful. They talked bad to me, complained. I did everything perfect and they were still wrong. You know what I mean? Like it was just a miserable experience, right? And then they see, let's say table 6, okay? I can't take tables 4s and how they've made me feel and reflect that onto 6, right? Right? Like it's not table 6's fault what just happened at 4. So I have to regather myself. And you know what? Sometimes that means going in the freezer and I do it because sometimes that's what you got to do to get through it, right? You go in the cooler, you shut the door in the freezer. Nobody hears you. It's soundproof, right? You scream it out for a minute and you go back to work, and that's, but you have to get it out and you have to find your way to process and put it on a shelf because you can't carry, like let's say you got up in the morning, you're driving to work and you get a flat tire. Okay. You can't carry that frustration all day. Right. You have to show, yeah, it's frustrating. Me, I'm going to make a joke of it. I'm going to laugh about it the rest of the day. I'm not going to let it ruin the rest of my day. It might ruin an hour or two, but your girl knows how to change a tire. So for me, my bosses don't know I know how to change a tire. So if I was to really get a flat, I'd take my time, and I would definitely take that 20 minutes to calm down after, so I could go to work in a better mood. But they'll think I'm waiting for my dad. But your girl can't change a tire. So like, and that's the other thing you could do. Learn how to do stuff that you might not think you need to know how to do to make your days easy. Like if you get a flat tire on the side of the road, is it going to be easier for you to get out and change it knowing, or is it going to be easier for you to wait for AAA or your dad or your man or your brother or your neighbor or whoever? Don't let her just, well, man, I'm starting my own business, right? So my serving bartending job is now going to be my extra income, vacation money, fun money, whatever. But I'm getting back into doing my home remodeling and whatnot because I'm tired of making everybody else money. I am so tired of making everybody else money. I'm so tired of putting everything into what I do and nothing extra comes from it. Like, you know what I mean? When you give your all, you should be able to continue to grow. And when you're giving your all and there's nowhere else to grow, it's time to grow somewhere else. All right, Steve-O, I'm going to do the Q&Q and then get you in the box in a few minutes. You ready? I even made sure I had my Halloween mug for Halloween. I keep forgetting I'm in a skirt. Not that it's a long skirt, but I feel like I still have to be extra careful, even though I'm home alone. All right, guys, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the favorites. If you're just tuning in, I'm Silly Lily. This is Lessons Learned. Steve-O's up in a minute, and he's going to share what he values as an important life lesson. And then I kind of just rambled on for a little bit. We do usually have 2 guests. This week we were able to get 1. I love that. I don't get to talk to y'all enough because I don't get on here a lot with my other job now. Hopefully after this job, I'll be able to bring you guys with me some more. But we're going to read the quote. I'm going to ask you a question. I need y'all to write 1 word in the comments, okay? When I read you this question. It's a 1-word question, okay? Jess, you might want to rethink that 1 word until I read the question. Okay. We know what we are, but we know not what we may be. I'll read that 1 more time a little faster. We know what we are, but we know not what we may be. Describe yourself in 1 word. The first word anybody want to guess what? Describe yourself in 1 word. Steve-O, you are not annoying. Ditzy, you are not manic either. Non-Ohioan, that's 2 words. Thomas says he's sexy. Plans to be. I definitely say playing zombies groovy. I definitely get that. I see that. So, like, I had the first word that comes to mind for me is sassy. I am sassy. Very, very. But if we want to go with, I should be Sassy Lily, not Silly Lily, or Sassy Susie. I should have Sassy Lassie. But I would say that I'm very caring. I care too much about other people all the time. I forgot about that. Wacky. I could be Wacky Wednesday. I should have changed. That would have been actually pretty cool. Oh, I didn't change my picture again. Let me do this while we're here. Oh God. Oh God. They do. We got to get a new one. I'm not trying to be rude right now on my picture. Steve-O, you ready to hop in the box, love? All right. Go ahead. Request. So like when things like that happen, I'm supposed to ignore it, but thank you, Katie, you crazy, crazy man. Thank you. I'm supposed to ignore those. Well, I just got into rambling today. I don't even remember how to do it. Get out of there. We're changing my picture. I just realized I didn't. Photos. Come on, it won't change. It won't change. And it won't give me, I'm not doing it right now. It's not saying you're in there, honey. Maybe exit and try to come back. That's weird. Thank you. Yes, cowgirl. It is my my best attempt at Wednesday Addams at 9:00 in the morning. Having to go to work after this. Hey, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
All right.
Happy Halloween, everyone.
Good morning. Good morning. Happy Halloween. I might have to. Oh, biscuits.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. So,
There we go.
you ready?
All right. Yes. So, how are you? Welcome back.
Thank you. It's like this is my 5th time or something.
I know. Like some of you guys just like I think a lot of people are. You got to be brave to get on this show. I feel like.
Definitely. I mean, some people don't have the bravery like I do.
So that's working. Why isn't my? Not touching nothing. All right. Tell these fine folks, Steve-O, what life lesson are we going to be talking about today?
Don't take life for granted because anything can happen in a blink of an eye. Because I remember I think I told you this before. I lost my both of my parents and everything. You can't dwell on the past. You got to focus on the future and stuff. So basically, just don't take life for granted, because if you take it for granted, something can happen to you in a blink of an eye. And I just buried my best friend yesterday, which was extremely hard on me.
I am so sorry. Good morning, guys.
Yeah.
Big hug. I never know what to say to somebody other than, big hugs.
Thank you.
So if you guys are just tuning in, this is Steve-O, and we're going to talk about not taking life for granted.
Never.
How many of you guys can look back and say that there's moments that you definitely took for granted? I know I can.
That's funny.
I definitely learning to live. I think I just said that, right? Like I'm learning to live in the moment and to be in the moment, because there's so many times in my past that I was too focused on something else. Whether it was work or trying to find someone to talk, trying to date, whatever it was, I wasn't focusing on what I should have been, right?
Yeah.
So I don't even know how really to happy Halloween, guys. I can't get comfortable on this floor today. I think it's the skirt, because I'm trying to sit appropriately, but also you guys can't even see me from the waist down, so it's not like it matters. Life tends to throw you some curveballs, definitely. I know that since I've had my kids, that's the main reason that I've learned to live in the moment so that I don't miss out on the opportunities to see them, excel and grow and prosper and do all the things that they love to do. Being in the moment and seeing the things that are in front of you are so much more important than something from the past or just focusing on the future. I think some of us get lost in our past and some of us get lost in our future thoughts. And we forget we're in the present. You know? I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I know that I've been in, you know, that for me anyways, we'll just put it that way. For me, that's what I see. That's how I feel.
Right.
I forgot the disclaimer. We are not professionals. We are simply a couple people having a conversation, talking about life. If you want to chime in with the topic of conversation, please do. Otherwise, after 11 o'clock, I can give you guys a little bit more of my one-on-one time. But what do you think, looking back, you could tell, like, well, I kind of ask everybody this, you know, looking back, what would you tell your younger self? One thing you would tell your younger self.
Believe in yourself and everything. Have fun.
I'm gonna have to have you speak up just a little bit.
I mean, have fun and focus on good stuff and everything. Sorry, I have a sore throat. I'm trying to get over a sore throat.
You're all right. I've got the fan on so that I don't melt. My apartment complex seems to think that it's okay to keep my apartment at 78 degrees with the doors and the windows open at 40 degrees at night. And they want to know why I'm losing my shenanigans over here. But we're going to deal with that after the show. Yeah, seriously, it is 78 degrees with my bedroom window cracked and a fan blowing the air from outside into my room. And I have the front door open with the fan blowing into the apartment. And it is still 77 to 78 degrees in here. Oh, wow. And it's 40 degrees outside.
Right, Fred?
It's too hot. You know what I mean? It's uncomfortably hot. But again, living in the moment. Forget I'm sitting here sweating profusely in the thinnest long sleeve shirt possible.
Yeah. It's cold in my house, though. It's like it's freezing cold in my house.
I honestly have thought about turning the air conditioning on a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys, back to living in the moment. What are some advices you guys can give to somebody, you know, to learning to live in the moment? I think the best advice that I can give is at main events, put your phone in your pocket. Use your eyes, look around, see what's going on. Right? That's the best way to be in the moment. You know, you go to the park, right? And, you know, you watch a mom of three walk up. Then kids go play. She sits on the park bench. And what does she do the whole time? I don't have a phone. Jeez.
Or you see your iPad or something.
You know, she's not watching. She didn't just see her kid make it across the monkey bars for the first time. She missed the youngest going down the slide for the first time, right? And I'm just using this as an easy example, but if you're sitting at home, you know, and you're zoned into the TV or you're staring at your phone, you might miss your kid take the first steps. You might miss the kid roll over. And these are just minor little examples of not living in the moment, not being present. But it goes on throughout all days, you know, all different types of ways, not just with the kids, you know, maybe at work, maybe your best work buddy just like killed some, you know, big sale or something. She just, you know what I mean? But you're too busy off doing whatever. And I don't know, living in the moment is definitely something I'm still working on. So I guess that's why for me, I don't really have, you know what I mean? So what's your advice?
I just take one day at a time. Just be yourself. Do something that's fun. I mean, that's how I do it. Listen to music. That's what I do.
Right.
And music helps. It's MSL. Music saves lives. Or just go somewhere that you want to be happy. Or don't go somewhere so you're gonna have frustration in your head. I don't need to be on my phone.
Here. I'm really struggling to hear you. I'm sorry.
I mean, just go to somewhere that's happy for you. Like, go to your happy place. Don't go to a negative place. If you go to a negative place, you're going to have negativity. If you go to a happy place, you're going to have happy thoughts. You're going to have good things to happen and everything. And that's what I do. I mean, I listen to music every day, and it helps me cure my anxiety. It has.
There you go. All right. So, was there much else you wanted to add into this? I'm out on this topic, so I can't. I had not much else to say into this. So if you know.
I don't have much. Not really.
All right. So tell these folks, when do you stream? What are your streams like? And do you have any other events coming up?
I stream mostly. Try to stream every day, but I'm working. I work at Texas Roadhouse, by the way.
Nice.
I just don't have a stream schedule right now, and I just stay positive. But I do have a big thing coming on. It is tonight. It's my best friend's battle tonight. His name is Vinny's World. He's a top badge. Guys, please come and support him because he's my best friend on this app, and he's good people. And please, it's at 10:30, I believe, 10:30 tonight. And yeah, I'm excited.
I will be driving home from our first high school playoff football game.
Oh shoot. I used to coach football. I don't coach anymore.
I'm pretty excited. I'm nervous for the team and band. My kid's in marching band. I don't have to worry about the look. I would love my son play football, and that was I would have loved for him to play high school, but I'm almost glad he didn't because holy cheese and rice, the hits that some of these kids take. I would be a mess. So I'm really glad that my kid just plays in the marching band, my daughter. So I get to go enjoy the game. The kids have a good team this year. I'm pretty excited.
You can make a lot of friends going to like a sporting event or a music
I think we've got tonight, but next week we play a team that we lost to last time. It is, they do say that it's hard to lose to a team twice when you're both kind of pretty good, right? And we're both pretty good. So I'm hoping I'm hoping, but I know we've got this week. I know we do. So I'm pretty excited for that. All right, Steve-O.
Thanks for having me.
I hope you have the best Friday. Are you going to hand out candy for trick-or-treating, or do you have to work?
I have to work.
Ah, dang, damn it.
I was supposed to go take my nieces out for trick-or-treating, but I didn't feel well yesterday. I had like meltdown yesterday. I don't want to talk about it. But my football team won though.
There you go. There you go.
Really, thanks for having me as always. It's good to see you.
You too, Steve-O. Thank you again. Sorry, I'm not super. Like I said, I'm still working on that myself, so I don't want to give wrong advice or too much advice in the bad direction, you know. So thank you, Steve-O. You have a great day.
Awesome.
All right, guys. So
Get it out.
now we have a half hour. I didn't know what he was trying to say, so I really, guys, that's one thing about this stream is we're going to always be positive. Like, I just don't, I have a teenager. How many of you guys have raised a teenager? How many of you guys have raised a teenager? They're mean. I don't need y'all's baloney. I come home to an angry crichton of a creature every day. She's mean. She's sassy. She's lazy. She's selfish. And I still love the hell out of her. Oh, God. And so boys stress you out because they do stupid things. And they might say some stupid things. But teenage girls, They try to rip your heart out of your chest and stomp on it with words. They want to rip your soul into 1,000 shreds because you told them no. Excuse me? Teenagers are mean. So no, I'm not taking it from any of y'all adults. It's not. Like, your brother's gonna be dead meat later in life. He's got himself a little cutie patootie little thing right there. All right, guys, if you're just tuning in, you missed Evo. We talked about living in the moment. And I told him I'm still working on that. I don't have all of the best advice to give you to living in the moment other than for me putting the phone down, you know? Like, because it distracts us from so much. So much. So much, so much, so much. I had a few topics that I thought we could talk about because, you know, we've got the holidays coming up. You know, do some safety rules for Halloween even. Let's actually do that. For some of you maybe who have younger kids, haven't done the trick-or-treating thing yet. Afraid that it's going to end my life when I end a call. Halloween, like a lot of you, I'm sure, especially if you have a young girl, are going as the K-pop, right? I've already seen a lot of little boys going around as Scream, the ghost face thing. There's quite a few other kids that have masks, right? I always had some kind of glowy thingy, whether it was around their neck when they were little. The easiest, you know, the neck, the glow neck things, do you know what I'm talking? You crack them and it's got the little cheap plastic and, right, the glow sticks. I would put them around their waists, right? And you get the bracelets too, because then you could use bracelets because sometimes the one's not enough or two's too much. So you use bracelets, but then you tie it around their waist. You could do them around the ankles. Little girls, sometimes you could do the glow in the hair, like you could put it on the head, like if they wore, like my daughter would have the halos, right? So I would make those glow, like all kinds of just weird things that would make them stand out in the crowd. Is my whole point, right? Because if you're going down the street and there's 5 Scream costumes, the ghost face, you'll be, you know, you can very easily, that one's mine, you know, and maybe someone else is trying to like, wrangle up their kids, and that's clearly not theirs, you know, like, so making your kids stand out. I learned my second year trick-or-treating with my son, bring a backpack, empty backpack, because the candy in his bag will end up in your backpack. I had a t-shirt. Luckily, I had a tank top underneath, right? Like a t-shirt with a long sleeve t-shirt. And I used the long sleeve t-shirt and had a whole bunch of candy because his bag filled up so much, so often. And I didn't have a backup bag. So there's tip number 2. Have an extra bag when you take your kids trick-or-treating. Make your kids stand out. If you have teenagers, make sure they know that you go in pairs. And even if you're in 4, you're still in pairs. One is always looking for the other, and that, you know, and vice versa. Make sure the kids know to go in pairs. Parents with little children. Halloween is tonight. Parents with little children who are terrified of scary things Take your kid to trunk or treat and stop terrorizing them. It's not funny. Your little TikTok video of your kids screaming because they're terrified is not funny. It's not cute. No, Plant Zombie, I'm not talking like you walk the little. I'm talking like taking kid. Like I watched this lady take her terrified 8-year-old through the haunted house part of at Cedar Point, one of the houses. That little girl come out. She's ruined. She is ruined for all things scary the rest of her life. There's a difference between your kid being frightened a little bit, like we get, right? Like I see it and I'm like, God, or the zombie comes, stop, right? Like that's different. But when you got a little one and they're legit like just trembling in fear, that's not funny. You know what I mean? It's not funny. Oh no! Oh, Cuba, I've been pretty fortunate that I never had to deal with that. So I think maybe we're learning an extra pair of pants when you go out. Oh man, that stink. I've never had that one I've been lucky on. And we didn't even have any Halloween explosive diapers like with either of mine. All right, so those are my best Halloween helping hints from what I've learned in my past. So my one of my friends from a while back, her kids, they were very frequent bathroom users, and she had like a lot of friends and family that lived in the one neighborhood. So she only went to that neighborhood so that she knew she had a house within like 10 minutes of each other for her kid to use the restroom. There's something else. Like if you're from a neighborhood, everybody, stick to where you're close. One of the other tips that a mom had was that they had there was a really long street and her kid, but you couldn't come back the other way. So the mom would drive them to the far end and they would walk close and they would trick or treat back. So that's something else too you could do if you just want to be nice to your kids. They were older. Yeah. You guys learned any Halloween safety tricks for the kids? Just because and I'm not saying that bad things are going to happen on purpose, but God forbid, you do see 2 screams and one kid, let's say that, like, this was always my fear, right? Because my son would pick the basic costumes where you had the mask on, and there was always multiple, and when it would just be him and I was always afraid I was going to follow the wrong one. Like, not even him get taken or him wander off. What if I followed the wrong one? And that's where them lights and whatnot came out again, where I had to have an idea. I had to make him stand out in whatever he would wear. So, nobody else has any other Halloween safety tips? Hello, happy Halloween. Welcome to Lessons Learned. A backpack leash if your kid's a maniac, yeah. Yes. If the candy's been opened, don't eat it. Okay, stop. So when my son was a toddler, this whole check your candy thing was like huge. So I did for a year or two, but seriously, how many of you didn't eat candy while trick-or-treating? You waited for your parents to check all of it, and then how many of you actually had a problem? Because I started eating it. I never checked it. I hid half of it before I even came home so they wouldn't take it. Like, my mentality became, if I take them around this neighborhood, I'm doing it because they're safe, right? I trust these people. Otherwise, why am I taking my kid anywhere to go trick-or-treating? What parent is going to spend that kind of money to mess your kid up? No, I'm just kidding. But seriously. I don't even know anybody that's ever had any issues with Halloween candy or anything like that. Like, I've never known personally. Have any of you guys? You know what, Northern? That is actually, yes. And I should have gotten my grandson today and taken him to the nursing home. Next year. They do love the kids going to the nursing homes. The folks get a kick out of it. My favorite. So I was watching the videos of like the Halloween costumes and what they did in the nursing home. And my favorite was this gentleman put a whole bunch of watches on a belt, and he wore the belt, and she goes, "What are you?" And he said, "I'm a waste of time." I lost it. And he was just the cutest little old man. And then the other guy had, this lady had spices like taped to her shirt. And she's, "I'm a spice rack." Or no, "I'm a spice girl." Someone else did it and they had a spice rack. That was a different video though. But yeah, I don't know. It just goes to show that people of all ages, be it a little 1-year-old or all the folks in the nursing home, we love to dress up. We love to have fun. So learn to support each other. And honestly, let your kids dress up all year long. I don't care. After Halloween, buy them the costume at 50% off so they can wear it for play. Let your kids' imaginations run wild, y'all, because I don't know if you've realized, but once they grow up, they start to lose their imagination. It's almost like we beat it out of them. Let them be fun. And if you're a Debbie Downer, I'll buy your kid fun costumes and we'll go to the park and I'll even dress up with them. I'll be a ninja or a princess or a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. You come and plant? Are we taking the kids and dressing up and going to play? Yeah. We'll bring our saber swords. What are them things from Star Wars? Zing, choo, 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 choo. They all glow up. The lightsabers. Thank you. What did I say? What did I call it? I don't even want to look back. What did I call it? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Oh, God. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Good God. I'm not going to live that one down for a while, am I? Anyways, we'll bring our lightsabers. I even got pumpkin. I got extra pumpkins. We can carve pumpkins. We can decorate pumpkins. Just as princesses with lightsabers. Seriously though, guys, dress up with your kids. Have tea time. Let them use their imagination every day. My kid would dress herself. Luckily, when she was little, she had really good taste. I regret the decision of letting her dress herself lately. But I think most teen moms are feeling the same way. I hope. I don't know what the style is. I don't know what the aim is. Got pumpkins with the lightsabers. Thank you for being here, guys. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you for the gifts. And the candy corn. Let's see. So we've got 7 minutes, guys. I want to do something really cool for the holidays this year. I think that like I almost kind of like, because I messed up. There was this 90% off sale yesterday and I grabbed a few items and I'm kicking myself in the butt because I went back 6 hours after the first time and they were sold out of everything already. But that would have been a huge deal for a family. Like I could have spent $10 and got this family an entire kitchen set. Now it wouldn't have been the most expensive stuff, but like, you know, like, I don't know, but I want to do something where I can help. I want my daughter to see how effing lucky she is that we might not have a mansion and the newest cars and the nicest of all things, but I need her to see how lucky she is because I'm tired of how ungrateful she is. I'm thinking maybe soup kitchen. I think maybe we're going to both go volunteer a couple nights, not just one night. And I'm going to volunteer. For me, I was a spoiled, entitled little snot rocket, but I was never shown that people struggle. I was never without when I was little. My going without was by my own stupid devices as I got older, right? My poor choices. But as a little kid, I never went without. So I didn't know what that was like, right? And I think that is a big part of the problem I'm having right now with her, is she's never gone without. She very rarely hears no. Now, she also very rarely asks me for anything that's not for school or, you know what I mean? Like she knows that we're on a budget and she is generally really respectful of that. But I still need her to understand that I work 7 days a week, so she doesn't have to feel that way. I could just work 5 days a week. I could say no to Disney. I could say no to all the extracurriculars. There's a lot of things that I could do to make my life a little easier, but that's not what I signed up for when I had her, right? I signed up to do everything to make sure that she has everything, but also I sit here and I now realize that I need to make sure she does see that it can be worse. You know what I mean? I think that a lot of kids don't understand how bad it is for others in comparison to where they're at. You know, like a kid might not like that they have to have rice and beans every day this week for dinner, right? But having rice and beans every day for dinner is better than having nothing to eat at all, right? So it all boils down to learning to appreciate what you have, not being selfish. And it's kind of just, you know, as a mom, you know, I think a lot of our hopes and dreams for our kids is that they have empathy for those with less, that they understand that they're fortunate, that they understand it takes a lot of hard work for you to be successful. You know, you can't just snap your fingers and have everything you want. You have to work for it. Unfortunately, sometimes people fall upon hardships, and it's not our place to judge. It's our place to help, because you never know who or when you might have a hard time, or someone you care about. Because we don't want to see anyone we care about going through tough things. We don't want to go through tough things, and we shouldn't wish that upon other people ever. Right? So for me, I'm not going to give the man on a corner $20, but I'm going to go buy him a sandwich, some snacks, maybe a toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, some basics, And I'll put that in the bag and I will go hand that to them. I'm not going to give you money to go drink. Sorry. I'm not doing it. Because then I know a lot of them, that's what they fall into. And I'm not saying that, you know, anything, whatever on that. I'm just saying that that's how a lot of them have learned to cope. So I'm going to give them something that reminds them there's more to life rather than $20 to drain more sorrow. I'm going to remind them that there's people that are that are willing to help to feed, and you know what I mean? And you can have things like this. So, guys, with 2 minutes left in the show, I want to just give a shout out to my top 3 up here. We've got KD, Plant Zombie, and I think that's Steve-O. Yes, Steve-O. Make sure you hit all 3 of them with fave. KD doesn't stream much, but when he does, it's fun. He does beer pyramids. I'm going to hang out till 11:30, guys. So I'll hang out for, well, maybe 11:20. But we're just wrapping up the show. I hope all of you have a really fun, happy Halloween. Don't forget, make your kids stand out. Buy something that glows, the necklace, the halo, bracelets, anklets. I don't care. Make sure you can see. Bring your carry bag so that you can carry your kids extra candy, because if your place is anything like mine, that or you buy them one of those, you get them a body pillow sack. That could have worked. I'm telling you, he got 2 pillowcases the one year. You're welcome. All right, guys. 11 o'clock. Show is over. So, guys, happy Halloween. Thank you for being here. All right. I mean, you help out who you can, but it's not even just, okay, so like, yeah, I know people are losing their SNAP and their EBT, but like, you guys got to understand that these families have at least been fed. There's families that work and they can't feed their family nearly as much food as those with the EBT. So like, I understand where y'all are coming from and wanting to be supportive, and you know, some of the older folks definitely need that, but there's plenty of people that have been on EBT for a really long time that don't need to be on EBT. So I'm 50-50 on a lot of this. I want to help people, but I'm not trying to work to pay for you to sit at home. I understand you want to watch your kids grow up, but I did too. But I chose to work and raise mine and support mine. If you're not willing to do that, it shouldn't be other people's responsibility to do it for you. Just saying. I understand when you get older and you're on a limited income. I understand disabilities. I understand a mama sick suddenly loses her husband. I understand helping. But when mama's got 6 kids and just sits at home and gets, you know, umpteen hundreds of dollars a month in food stamps, and she ain't working, but she's got her hair done and her nails done, and she's on the newest iPhone. No, she don't need food stamps. If you can afford the newest phone, the new car, the new nails, and the new hair, you don't need food stamps. Some of us be out here struggling on old phones that are half shattered, driving cars that barely get by. I have no nails. They're covered in paint and crooked because I work. And my hair's gray. You can see this is natural at this point. Because I buy food for my kids. I can't afford that. Now, if you can support your kids, you work, you don't need food stamps, and you can get all that extra stuff, fine. Be it. Do it. Rock it. Love it. You deserve it. But if you ain't willing to get up off your butt and you're selling food stamps for money and this and that, no, you don't, no. Otherwise, just go ahead. And if you agree with what I just said, Josh, stop it. That's a big fat no. Don't. Then you can hand me your paycheck since you think it's okay to just take people's money. I'll just take yours since you agree with that. Okay, cool. Thanks. First of all, you shit inside as we came in from outside. You ate part of a plant. I will not. Not right now. Get off my shit before you turn my stuff off. Go. I'm mad at you. You were a bad dog. Seriously? Come here. Come over here off my cords, please. Come on. I'm still mad at you. Come on. Now sit down. Over here, off my stuff. God. You're lucky I can't stay mad at you. Yeah, we come in from outside and he shit in the middle of the hallway. You're lucky it wasn't in the house. It was a hard poop, so it was easy to pick up, but still. Pooped inside, right coming in from outside. Stupid animals. Stupid animals. He's lucky he's cute. And I bought him a trigger, tricks for treats, but it was too small. You're lucky you're cute. I'm still mad at you, though. I'll let you sit by me. Don't eat my plants and don't poop in the house. Like, literally, those are the main rules. I need to know you guys before I let you in the box. If I feel like speaking to strangers, I will put up the date box. I learned a long time ago. You can control basic animals. This one is just old and being an asshole. We were outside for a good 10 minutes, but he was too worried about the jackass walking out there than he was going poop. I tell him mind his own godforsaken business, but he just... So after a few minutes of him going back and forth and barking and being stupid, I brought him in, but apparently he wasn't done pooping. His fault. He's a rescue, man. I've done everything to try to do this dog. Train this dog, undo whatever was done. This dog was so bad when I got him, I couldn't even do this. You couldn't touch him. He was not, this dog was beaten and caged. He had a rough life before me. So he's got his crazy ticks, but we spent 10 years together. This is my little dude. But yeah, sometimes he pisses me off. Any of you tell me you got a pet and that pet ain't pissed you off, you're fucking lying. Because every pet I have has pissed me off at least once. But would they really be your pet if they didn't piss you off? Just like if you're a kid. It's like it's part of their job, right? It's rough getting old, huh? But seriously, if you poop in the hallway again, we're going to have a problem. But I'll be done being mad at you because I want to love you. And no, he's not growling at me even for any of you are like, he's going to eat your face. That's how he talks. And he does it because I do this. So I go, on his head, right? And I think that's what he's mimicking. Well, hey, Brett. Let's treat Brett like he treats his pets and go ahead and get rid of him. This is Brett Brits, y'all. Yeah, I was done with that. He was annoying. If you're going to treat animals badly, you don't belong here. You don't get a pet. Look, this dog would have been so easy. It was me or he was going to get blue juice. And I very easily could have just said, you know what? I don't know. I mean, he tried to bite me. He's bit a lot of people. He's left marks in me. But it was fear. It's from fear, not from being a bad dog, right? Don't. I want to love you. So, just like any other pet, you know, and the bearded dragon I adopted was malnourished and barely hanging on to life. And I had him for what, almost 5 years? For the last, well over a year, I had to syringe feed him. I've never bit a dog back, man. He doesn't like bite, like he nips. Does that like, right? But he's got big teeth. Was that your belly? Chachi? Was that your belly? His belly just went. That was a weird ass noise. That's a weird ass noise, Chachi. Oh, hold on. I have to adjust. I'm going to push that up here because I know this skirt is not... So it's like it's got the skirt under the skirt and then the frilly lacy stuff on top of the skirt. And I know that bottom had like bunched up because I kept up and down on this little the pillow. So look, if y'all ready. This is insane. Hold on. And my girlfriend called me and she's like, I need to get rid of some of these. So first of all, okay, hold on. We have the new baby here. See the new Stingray coming in down here? Look at this. We have another one on my tie. This is the last new leaf. So I'm pretty excited that the next one's going to be even better. Okay. So she gave me the Birkin, the Caladium, this Monstera. This is the Philodendron, but I don't remember what that one's called. She gave me another one of those, which, ironically enough, I thought that was the same, but they're different. That's the Pothos, and that's a Philo, I think. I don't know. But she gave me those. 1, 2. Yeah, so I don't, oh, and all of those. And I don't remember if this is a wizard or something, but it's definitely my first official elbow plant of actual white. That's a Monstera tie. There's different types of Monsteras. Like that's a Monstera tie constellation. This and this. So this grew funny at her house, so I got to try to like get it to prop up. But it laid down like this at her house, right? But obviously I can't have that. So I'm going to leave it alone though until this one, which actually, you guys, look at this. I pulled this up last night to see how look at the new growth and the roots down there. Look at all that. Look at it. It's actually doing really freaking well. So I'm pretty excited. Right? So I'm hoping by Christmas I can get this in the same pot. This is going to end up gifted because it's either the same as that one. Oh my God.